Hello and welcome, bookworms. Welcome to this week's episode of The Contented Narrative. We are looking at The Lollipop Man by Daniel Sellers. Now, I first found out about this book because me and one of my work colleagues at Wace, we were sat and we were looking at events in Waterstones, and he was coming with his book, The Lollipop Man. And because it was set in Yorkshire and Halifax, and we were like, oh, we know that area quite well. So, we were like, oh, let's give it a go. Completely forgot about the book because this was like at the beginning of the year. Completely forgot about the book, and then as I was leaving for the role that the role that I had into the role that I was going to, he always kindly bought me this book. So, that's why I was able to get it and read it. And it's what I love about this book is it's set in the 90s. And it kind of takes you back there as well. And I love the characters. And essentially you've got Adrian Brown, who works at the local paper, but he's changed his name because years ago when he was little, 8 years ago, in fact, he was kidnapped by the one called the Lollipop Man. However, he escaped or was let go. And the Lollipop Man was linked with three children that were killed. And then he reemerges, like the pattern of the Lollipop Man, like what happens, the child disappearing, the clothes on the cross, it reappears and it reemerges, and it kind of brings Adrian back into the fray. And I really enjoyed it. I love the sort of cat and game mouse because like the Lollipop Man didn't even realize like what was going on. I like the fact that like Adrian was kind of not wanting to get involved as such, but knew what was going on. The fact that you're kind of playing like who is it and everything like that, and as it starts building up to the crescendo even at the end of the book, you kind of sat there going, oh, what's going to happen. I will say I love that it was set in the 90s for the simple fact that I feel like had this been set in like the modern day, as it were, the secret that Adrian Brown was kidnapped by the Lollipop Man and let go would not have been a secret for very long had it been in the modern day. I feel like it would have come out pretty quickly, but considering it was set in 1994, internet and Googling people was not really a massive thing back then. In fact, you know what? Google might not have even been a thing back then. I'm trying to remember when it was when Google was made, but I love that it's set in Yorkshire. It's sort of like the beginning of this series where it follows Adrian Brown. And I really enjoyed, because again, and I've said this and I'll repeat it, I don't like books where it's like, it's just world building for the first book and then it kind of like gets into it in the second one. I like it when it just kicks it off. And this one had me on the edge of my seat the entire time. And I was sat there going, right, what's going to happen? Who's okay? Right, what's going on? And like, it genuinely sort of like, and when you start getting to the end, when you start realizing why he was let go by the Lollipop Man, which a gut punch, I'm not gonna lie. And then you find out who the Lollipop Man is, and you find out what's happening in this modern bit of the Lollipop Man and what happened all those years ago. It's really interesting because what I love is we're seeing it from the newspaper's point of view, the journalist's point of view, and we're seeing it from another journalist as well who remembers him from when he was back younger. And I felt like a lot of the characters were very well rounded and I really enjoyed reading the story. And I wasn't disappointed in the ending. I really quite liked how it ended. So I would definitely say give it a go. Obviously this is one of my horror months. But I like putting like thrillers and horrors and crimes in October. But yeah, so give it a go. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've read any more of Daniel Sellers. Let me know if there's any of these books that you think I would recommend, I would enjoy even. But again, library, Kindle, you know the drill. Help yourselves, guys. So let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Thank you so much for the support. And remember to always keep it contented.